24-18. Joe Burrow threw for 348 yards and 2 scores, while the Bills' Josh Allen ran for a touchdown, threw for another, but also had his 5th straight game with an INT. Baltimore took care of Seattle 37-3. Lamar Jackson threw for 187 yards, while running back Gus Edwards ran for 2 scores. Kansas City's Patrick Mahomes threw 2 touchdown passes as the Chiefs beat the Dolphins 21-14 in the first ever regular season game played in Frankfurt, Germany. Jalen Hurts had 3 touchdowns, 2 passing and 1 rushing in the Eagles' 28-23 win over the Dallas Cowboys. Philly improves to 8-1 for a 2nd consecutive season. Houston quarterback C.J. Stroud set an NFL rookie record with 470 passing yards and tied another with 5 passing touchdowns. In the Texans' 39-37 come-from-behind victory over the Buccaneers. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
This story is called The Ugly Truth About Timeshare. If you think you've done your family a favor by buying a timeshare, you need my help. Hello, I'm Chuck McDowell, CEO and founder of Wesley Financial Group. 10 years ago, I started helping folks cancel their timeshare. In the process, started what's now called the timeshare cancellation industry. Timeshare is the only thing that you can buy that you can't tell me how much it's going to cost or when it's going to end. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check to fill out any amount they want for annual maintenance and assessment fees. The crazy thing is, this never ends. Even when you die, your family's now going to be stuck with this burden. Stop the insanity today. Call my office now. If we take you as a client, I guarantee we'll cancel your timeshare or you'll pay nothing.
Call for your free information kit. 800-462-3333. That's 800-462-3333. 800-462-3333.
And it is 7:30 at AM 1230 KXOL Central California. It happens to be a Monday, 6th day of November, 2023. And coming up, we've got to look at world and California news, local news, sports, financial news, weather, all sorts of good stuff. We'll let you know about high school football this Friday night. Yeah, it's a number of teams in the Valley have advanced, and we'll let you know who they are and who they're going to be playing. Well, that's coming up. And let's see, what else is going on? Well, Sunday, back in 1994, yesterday, George Foreman became the oldest heavyweight boxing champion in history when he knocked out Michael Moore and won the title. Yeah, his opponent was given a George Foreman grill as a lovely parting gift. Yeah, I suppose that's kind of what it takes. And new report out. It says just over 30% of parents claim they skip pages in bedtime stories to make it go quicker. I'm not going to admit that I did that with my kids. Yeah, but to this day, they still do not know that last little piggy went wee, wee, wee all the way home. Yeah, it just didn't happen. Reading to daughter Sarah, I had to read it word for word and get it right. And if I started to get creative, she would get upset. Daughter Amy, however, when I would get creative in reading a bedtime story, talking about the rabbits, the 3 little rabbits, Flopsy, Moxie, and Rosenbloom, she would just join right in. Oh, well, and parents, I don't blame you for skipping parts because they put you to sleep as well. In the newsroom, Gene Brister. Good morning, Gene. Have you adjusted to the time change?
Not hardly.
Okay. It just... Nobody wants the time change except the legislature in Sacramento.
And there's got to be a really good reason or something.
Well, the only reason I can think of, they figured out a way to make money out of it.
Yeah, follow the money.
Personally, or, through increased taxes somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
I love it. Government, and it goes at the very local level. They're not spending their money, so, we want to do this, so we're going to raise taxes.
Yeah, it's going to be good for you.
Yes. Okay, how about some birthdays today? Are you ready?
I'm ready as I'm going to be.
Okay, singer P.J. Proby, 85. Actor Sally Field, the Flying Nun, is 77. Actor Laurie Singer is 66. Actor Lance Kerwin, 63. Actor Peter DeLuise, Tom DeLuise, little boy, is 57. Actor Kelly Rutherford, 55. Actor Ethan Hawke, 53. Actor Thandie Newton is 51. Model actor Rebecca Rumjan is 51. Actor Zoe McClellan, 49. Actor Nicole Dubak is 45. Actor Taryn Manning, 45. Actor Patina Miller, 39. And actor Emma Stone is 35. Okay?
35. Okay.
You got that. We got local birthdays coming up.
3rd and 7 coming up for the Raiders. Throws, and he's got his tight end barrel. It's nothing but green grass in front of him. 10.
The Las Vegas Raiders are on FM 107.5.
Took a lick and spun out of it. It's a 27-yard pickup.
Don't miss any of the action as the Raiders contend for the AFC West title. Raiders football on FM 107.5 is brought to you by
Southwest Security Services, South Central RV Service Center, Brownie's Diner, and the Town Pump.
Let's celebrate today's birthdays. Happy birthday, Donald Graff, Bryce Alexander, Jesus Jose Moreno, Nikki Zendejas, Veronica Wright, Corey Moreno, Monica Moreno, Jessica Fernandez, Julissa Castro, Mario Castaneda, Cassandra Reyes, Carlos Medina, Berna Garrison, Debbie Wilson, Jessica Moreno, Santos Vasquez, Sofia Seibert, Santo Vargas, and Mondo. Happy birthday from KXO. Okay, and just a reminder, again, it is 7:35, 25 minutes before the hour of 8 o'clock, right?
Exactly.
Yes. Went through the house adjusting all the clocks. And
You didn't adjust them last night?
I did actually Saturday evening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so anyway, looking back in history, in 1901, daredevil Anna Edson Taylor became the first person to go over Niagara Falls in a barrel.
And he lived.
Well, Anna, she lived. She emerged from the 175-foot fall without injuries. Although I understand she probably needed a new pair of underwear.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say, doing something like going over the Niagara Falls in a barrel would be somewhat akin to riding a bull, right?
Yeah, I hadn't thought of it that way, but I guess you could say, it equates to riding a bull, and that's because we just finished a cattle call.
Well, no, we're heading into it next weekend.
Yes.
Yes, the rodeo.
Well, the beginning, though,
The
the rodeo is all yet to come.
We're in the midsection.
Yes, the midsection. I like that.
And we're starting a GoFundMe page so we can collect money to enter Gabe in the bull riding contest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think Gabe Lemmers would be perfect there.
There have been so many people that have brought his name up.
Yes.
If I were him, I'd be checking around corners.
Yes.
He probably is doing that, too.
Yeah, okay. Well, right now we're going to check in with news. We're going to bring you, to begin with, World in California News headlines, and it is brought to you by Lock Air Conditioning and Custom Sheet Metal, your year-round comfort specialist.
CBS News Brief. Former President Trump spoke to reporters at court in New York last hour ahead of testimony at his civil fraud trial.
New York Times and CBS came out with a poll that I'm leading all over the place, but it's a very unfair situation. This is really election interference. It's all the trial is ridiculous.
The Israeli military says it expects ground troops to enter Gaza City within 48 hours for an underground battle with Hamas fighters. At a stop in Ankara, Secretary of State Blinken says he and Turkey's foreign minister discussed
what we can do to set the conditions for a durable, sustainable, lasting peace for Israelis and Palestinians.
Cincinnati Mayor Aftab Purval is speaking out after an 11-year-old boy was killed in a drive-by shooting Friday.
No time to react. That is the reality that these kids had to live through and the trauma that they will have to deal with for the rest of their lives.
4 of the 5 wounded were under 16. CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
Become a Lock Air Conditioning VIP customer and get special pricing on cooling and heating tune-ups all year long. Call today to become a Lock Air Conditioning VIP customer at 760-93-LOCKE. That's 760-93-LOCKE. Lock VIPs receive discounted service and maintenance, discounted repairs, and priority service with prompt service. Lock Air Conditioning is your local York dealer, but they repair it all. So when the need arises, don't hesitate to call Lock Air Conditioning at 760-93-LOCKE. That's 760-93-LOCKE. Lock, the only name in air conditioning for over 40 years. York, install with confidence. Contractor's license number 696216.
California headline news. Police continuing to look for a driver in his mid-20s who allegedly struck a Stanford student with his car late last week because the student was Arab Muslim. Hassan Sami is a friend of the victim.
He said that he recognized the person as someone who was harassing him and other people at a pro-Palestine rally here at Stanford.
The victim recovering from non-life-threatening injuries. Stanford officials issuing a campus safety alert. 2 people dead after a minivan whose driver was trying to evade police crashed into a metro bus in downtown Los Angeles.
LAPD officers assigned to Newton Division were on patrol when they observed a green minivan. They then observed a gun being thrown out of that minivan, at which point the minivan attempted to flee and a pursuit was initiated.
Sergeant Hector Guzman says officers chased the vehicle for a couple of minutes before the collision occurred. 2 passengers in the back seat were killed. Gas prices in the state, $5.15 a gallon, down 14 cents from last week. Jeff Scott, California News.
World in California News headlines brought to you this morning by Lock Air Conditioning and Custom Sheet Metal. For repair, for replacement, call the experts. Lock Air Conditioning and Custom Sheet Metal.
In Big Tobacco's Fantasyland, children are the future. Here, tobacco companies are committed to higher education, offering scholarships to students who submit essays about the benefits of vaping. The tobacco industry even sponsors summer camps for kids. Don't worry, the tobacco-sponsored programs have been linked to leaving your kids more interested in smoking. In Big Tobacco's Fantasyland, the world's deadliest industry is your child's friend.
See reality at undo.org.
Exergen thermometers are the smart choice when selecting a thermometer. With children back at school, keeping them healthy is important. Got a fever? Stay home. To detect fever accurately at home, you need a clinically accurate, fast, and non-invasive thermometer. The Exergen thermometer is backed by over 100 clinical studies. Accuracy matters. Be smart and safe. Measure accurately with Exergen thermometers. Available at Walgreens and other participating retailers. Learn more at Exergen.com.
Page 1 of the local news, a service of El Centro Motors, Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers, 3 locations in the Valley, at El Centro Motors, in the Brawley Auto Center, and at the Imperial Valley Mall.
Well, it's Monday morning and time for a look at the latest in local news. 2 vehicles were burned during an attempt to steal gasoline. At 4 a.m. Friday, El Centro Fire Department responded to a fast food restaurant in the 1400 block of North Imperial Avenue after receiving reports of 2 vehicles burning. According to the El Centro fire personnel, arson is suspected as they located a 2-gallon gas can under one of the vehicles. Further investigation showed that a hole had been drilled into the gas tank of that vehicle. Additional investigation led to the discovery of a power tool adjacent to the vehicles. The tool was apparently used to drill the hole. Video camera footage at the scene is being reviewed as the investigation continues. Well, a bogus apartment rental scam cost 2 people $4,000. According to police information, the 2 attempted to rent an apartment in the 700 block of Euclid. The pair spent $4,000 in deposit and rental fees to secure the apartment. There were no apartment for rent at the time at the address given by the scammer. KXO News Time coming up to 7:43.
How about the next time you need service on your car? We come to you. Hi, this is Mike Allison for Real Central Motors and Quick Lane. Our mobile service vans are an extension of our dealership service lane. We will come to you for an oil change, filters, brakes, batteries, tire rotation, and so much more. Hey, while your car is just sitting there at work, we'll take care of your service needs, and it doesn't cost any extra. Schedule your appointment now at elcentralmotors.net. El Central Motors Mobile Service Vans. What a great idea.
Continuing with more local news, police are investigating 2 reports of employees embezzling from their employers. The incidents are not related. A department store in El Centro reported that they wish to file charges against a cashier that reportedly took over $1,300 from a cash drawer. Investigators were provided video surveillance of the theft. Friday afternoon, the manager of the El Centro business reported that a former employee had used the company fuel credit card to charge over $11,000 for non-company vehicle. The theft remains under investigation. And a Saturday night earthquake, yes, the ground did move, rattled through the valley, as a matter of fact. The magnitude 3.5 tremor was centered 6 miles northwest of Sealy. According to the U.S. Geological Survey, the earthquake was recorded at 10:13 p.m. There were no reports of injuries or damages. That concludes this edition of Local News. Page 2 coming up.
Page 1 of the local news, a service of Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers, 3 locations in the valley, and wherever you are with their mobile service van. Quick Lane, they service all makes and all models, and you never need an appointment. It's the Peanut Patch in Yuma. The Peanut Patch. What a great place. And Donna and Pat at the Peanut Patch celebrating their 26th anniversary. A special celebration scheduled for November 18th. There'll be vendors, lots of samples for everyone. There'll be tamales. The Peanut Patch. You'll find them in Yuma. Easy to get to. Just Google the Peanut Patch and go by. You'll love the Peanut Patch. Open Monday through Saturdays, 9 till 5 Yuma time. And you'll find homemade chocolates. You'll find fresh English toffee, pecan turtles that are to die for. You'll find so many great items at the Peanut Patch in Yuma. And remember, the Peanut Patch ships all over the world. The Peanut Patch in Yuma, a great place to spend a day. And it's page 2 of the local news, along with the weather, brought to you by Burgers and Beer, serving the best burgers in town, and daily lunch specials Monday through Friday. Oh, don't forget happy hour, 3 p.m. till 6 p.m. every day.
Continuing with more local news, vehicles burglarized. El Centro police are investigating several vehicle burglaries that occurred in the same neighborhood. 3 different thefts were reported Friday morning, all in the 1800 block of Lincoln Avenue. All 3 of the vehicles had apparently been left unlocked, as there were no signs of damage to them. All vehicles had been ransacked and miscellaneous items were taken. Well, a man goes to jail for his birthday. Calexico man in custody. Calexico police were called Thursday. There was a report of illegal fireworks. Officers arrived at the scene of the 1200 block of Calle de Oro East. When they arrived, officers heard several strings of rifle gunfire coming from a residence. Officers moved in and saw a vehicle, or a subject actually, brandishing an AR-15 style rifle. The suspect disobeyed commands and re-entered the house with the rifle. Officers surrounded the house and a barricade incident ensued. Backup was requested, and the sheriff's drone team, along with the U.S. Border Patrol agents and their BORTAC unit responded. After about an hour, the suspect surrendered and was taken into custody. Police obtained a search warrant and found 16 spent casings in the backyard. Inside the residence, they found 2 rifles and 2 handguns. The suspect was identified as a 45-year-old Jose Dominguez. He told officers he was celebrating his birthday. He was booked into county jail, charged with negligence discharge of a firearm. San Diego State University has a check presentation to make. The student housing agreement. It's San Diego State University and Imperial Valley College. They have a joint partnership. A check presentation is being held with the passage of the 2023-2024 state budget. San Diego State University, Imperial Valley, and Imperial Valley College are announcing a joint affordable student housing partnership on Monday. That's today, November the 6th, through the joint affordable housing partnership. Single or double occupancy rooms will be built at San Diego State University, Imperial Valley's Calexico location. The project is set to break ground at the beginning of the new year. The student housing is planned to be available to students enrolled at San Diego State, Imperial Valley, and Imperial Valley College. We'll be back with a look at the weather.
At Burgers and Beer, we appreciate our United States veterans with all of our hearts. Your dedication and service to our great nation is deeply appreciated. After all, we owe you our freedom. To thank our veterans, we'd like to buy your meal this Veterans Day, Saturday, November 11th at Burgers and Beer. Bring your military ID and your meal is on us. We feel like it's the least we can do for what you've done for us. You have our deepest gratitude for your sacrifice to our country. Thank all of you veterans from the Burgers and Beer family.
Offer excludes alcohol.
Here's a look at the weather.
The National Weather Service says above normal temperatures will stick around for a few more days before we see a pronounced cool down for the middle and latter portions of the week. Breezy to locally windy conditions are expected over Imperial County tomorrow, with enhanced winds becoming more focused over portions of the valley on Wednesday. Rain chances continue to run near zero through at least the weekend. 89, the high in the valley yesterday, 54, our overnight low. Sunny today with a high near 92, south wind about 5 miles an hour. Mostly clear tonight with a low around 60. West-northwest wind about 10 miles an hour, becoming south-southeast after midnight. Tomorrow, sunny with a high near 86. West-northwest wind 10 to 15 miles an hour. Then increasing to 15 to 20 miles an hour in the afternoon. We could see gusts as high as 30 miles an hour. 59 degrees, 36% relative humidity. Wind is calm. Local news, page 2 in the weather, brought to you by Burgers and Beer, the place for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Bring the family and meet your friends at Burgers and Beer.
It's our favorite time of year again. Now through November 7th, stop by your local grocery outlet for our extra 20% off wine sale. Every single bottle of wine in our inventory is 20% off. That's right, every single bottle. We have hundreds of wines to choose from. Selection varies by store. Stock up and save an extra 20% off our entire inventory of wine. Now through November 7th, only at your neighborhood grocery outlet.
Grocery Outlet Bargain Market.
It's sports time, brought to you by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, an affiliate of the Scripps Health Network, working together to provide you the best care. In NFL action yesterday, the Chiefs beat the Dolphins 21-14, that game in Frankfurt, Germany. The Vikings topped the Falcons 31-28. Browns shut out the Cardinals 27-0. Packers pummeled the Rams 20-3. Meanwhile, it was the Commanders topping the Patriots 20-17. Saints over the Bears 24-17. Ravens ripped the Seahawks 37-3. Texans topped the Buccaneers 39-37. Colts clobbered the Panthers 27-13. Raiders ripped the Giants 30-6. Eagles over the Cowboys 28-23. Jerry fired the general manager. The Bengals beat the Bills 24-18. And Monday Night Football tonight, we've got the Chargers and the Jets on AM 1230 KXO.
Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, ready to serve you and your family for all of your healthcare needs. Let our team of dedicated physicians guide you on your journey to better health. Pioneers is a recognized leader in healthcare and has more than 10 health centers and clinics throughout the Imperial Valley. When the need arises, don't hesitate to come and see us. We have services and locations at Calexico and Raleigh, and of course, our award-winning hospital, Pioneers Memorial. For more information on all Pioneer services, visit www.pmhd.org today.
NBA action yesterday. Sun stopped the Pistons 120-106. Raptors rolled over the Spurs 123-116. It went into overtime. Cavaliers clobbered the Warriors 115-104. Mavericks hammered the Hornets 124-118. And the Grizzlies growled. They beat the Trailblazers 112-100. Friday night football action. Central held on and topped Eastlake 14-13. Central moves on, and Central will play La Jolla Friday night in La Jolla. Meanwhile, Imperial again held on and beat Valley Center 16-14. Imperial plays Friday night in Fallbrook in Division 3. Playoff action. It was Sweetwater eliminating Southwest 44-20. Escondido dropped Calexico 37-21. Bishops beat Raleigh 23-21. Vincent Memorial continues on in Division 5 play. They top Valhalla 42-15. Holtville had the bye, and, they'll play Friday night. And by the way, Tri-City Christian eliminated Calapat. Friday night, Vincent Memorial will host Maranatha, Hoover. And that will be Division 5 playoff. Hoover at Vincent Memorial. And Maranatha Christian will play Holtville. That's a semifinal in Division 5 AA because, there's only like 8 teams in that division. That's it for Sports Time, brought to you by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District. Log on to pmhd.org for more information about Pioneers. Thank you for choosing Imperial Printers Rocket Copy. In today's highly competitive business climate, your company's image is important. The printed materials your company uses conveys a major part of that image. Our graphic designers have the talent and expertise to create a lasting impression for your business. Imperial Printers Rocket Copy offers virtually any type of business solution to meet your needs, from business cards and stationery to computer forms, full-color brochures, and posters. Let our excellent service and attention to detail provide the best impression for you. Locally owned and operated, Imperial Printers Rocket Copy has locations near you at 430 West Main Street and 100 South 11th Street in El Centro and 184 South Plaza in Brawley. Financial news and a brief look at the weather brought to you by Southwest Security, a locally owned company protecting you and your property. Southwest Security also offering live scan fingerprinting to the public. Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway Saturday reported a surge in third quarter operating earnings and a record high cash pile of $157 billion. Operating income totaled $10.8 billion, up from $7.7 billion from a year ago. Berkshire reported a net loss of $12.8 billion, compared to a loss of $2.8 billion during the same period last year. The Omaha-based conglomerate saw investment losses of $23.5 billion last quarter. Berkshire's insurance underwriting business generated earnings of $2.4 billion, up from a loss of $1.1 billion during the same quarter last year. And ketchup and pickles have been a natural combination on a hamburger and hot dog for decades. Now, thanks to Heinz, the two flavors have been combined into one condiment. Rolling out to grocery store shelves in early 2024, Heinz' newest flavor of its famous ketchup is called pickle ketchup. It combines the tangy and savory flavor of pickles with the unmistakable taste of ketchup. I can hardly wait. We're looking at green on the big board right now. The Dow up 25 points. The S&P 500 up 6. NASDAQ up 41. Meanwhile, gold off $8.70 an ounce, and oil up $1.35 a barrel.
Hi, this is Jason Jackson, owner of Southwest Security. 2 years ago, I opened Southwest Postal, offering you 24-hour access 365 days a year. So if you're tired of dealing with the inconvenience of our post office hours and you would like to be able to get your mail when you want, Saturdays, Sundays, holidays, in the middle of the night, then come visit us at Southwest Postal with 24-hour staff. Plus, we're also your local FedEx, DHL, and Postal Service Center. We even offer text message and email notification when you receive your mail. Southwest Postal at the corner of 4th and Heil in El Centro.
It will be sunny today with a high near 92, south wind about 5 miles an hour. Clear tonight with a low around 60, west-northwest wind about 10 miles an hour, becoming south-southeast after midnight. Tomorrow, it'll be sunny with a high near 86, west-northwest wind 10 to 15 miles an hour, increasing to 15 to 20 miles an hour with gusts as high as 30 miles an hour tomorrow afternoon. And right now downtown, we're up to 61 degrees, 32% relative humidity, wind right now out of the southeast, 3 to 5 miles an hour. Financial news brought to you by Southwest Security Services, offering 24-hour-a-day post office boxes at Southwest Postal, 4th and Heil, in El Centro. Just ahead, CBS News on the hour. Don't forget, we've got a great website, KXORadio.com. We're on YouTube. We've got a YouTube channel. You can subscribe. We are the Imperial Valley's KXO, El Centro, California. CBS News brought to you by the Imperial Valley Economic Development Corporation.
Is presented by Indeed.com. I'm Steve Kathan. Former President Trump testifying now under oath at his New York civil fraud trial. As he headed into court about an hour ago, he said he was dealing with political operatives.
These are political operatives that I'm going to be dealing with right now. You have a racist attorney general who made some terrible statements. It's a very sad situation for our country. We shouldn't have this. This is for third world countries.
A sad situation, he said, blaming an attorney general he called racist. CBS's Robert Costa.
Sources close to Trump say that behind the scenes and publicly, he can't stand the judge in this case, Arthur Engoron, who has already fined Trump twice for violating a limited gag order in this case. But today in the courtroom, they expect him to be relatively muted and not risk contempt of court.
It's early, but New York Times polling in 6 2024 battleground states gives Trump the edge over President Biden in 5 of them. CBS's Nancy Cordes.
He's behind by 5 in Arizona, 6 in Georgia, and a startling 10 points in Nevada. He's even trailing in states like Michigan and Pennsylvania, where the president has seen strong Democratic support. He's just barely edging out Trump in Wisconsin.
Former Congressman Peter Mayer has announced he'll run for an open U.S. Senate seat in Michigan. He was one of 10 House Republicans who voted to impeach Trump in 2021. He lost his seat in a GOP primary. Overseas, Israel's military has tightened its stranglehold on northern Gaza with intense airstrikes ahead of a push into Gaza City. CBS's Deborah Patta.
The United Nations says 1.5 million Palestinians have been internally displaced, escaping any way they can. Israel has ordered civilians in the north to evacuate, but the journey south can be just as perilous. People so terrified of being caught in the crossfire that everyone, young and old, walks with their hands in the air.
Secretary of State Blinken is in Turkey hoping for progress on captives in Gaza.
We remain very focused on the hostages held by Hamas, including Americans, in making sure we're doing everything possible to bring them home.
It appears Russia has taken a new nuclear step.
I'm Vicky Barker at the Foreign Desk in London. Russian Defense Ministry video showing a fireball bursting from the sea and rising high into the night sky. Russian state media reporting the country's new nuclear-powered submarine has successfully launched a long-range missile capable of carrying up to 6 nuclear warheads.
Wall Street, the Dow is up 41 points. This is CBS News.
You don't need a job platform, you need a hiring partner. Indeed lets you schedule and conduct virtual interviews, all from one place. Start at Indeed.com/credits.
Dive into true crime on Pluto TV. Unravel the mysteries on Forensic Files and Dateline 24/7. Plus, watch thousands of other crime movies and TV shows, all for free. Download Pluto TV on all your favorite devices and start streaming now.
Exergen thermometers are a top choice of medical professionals at highly ranked hospitals across the U.S. Accuracy matters, so make Exergen the chosen thermometer for your home and family. Available at Walgreens and other participating retailers. Learn more at Exergen.com.
I feel like I'm constantly cleaning hair off my bathroom floor. At least my Swiffer Sweeper makes it easy. Sweeper heavy-duty dry cloths have ultra-thick pads to trap and lock hairs, like a hair magnet. And when I'm finished cleaning up my hair, Sweeper takes care of his too. Now the hair's gone, all thanks to Swiffer. Try Swiffer Sweeper heavy-duty dry cloths. I promise you'll love them or your money back. And also try Swiffer Sweeper Wet to make quick work of tough, sticky messes.
Heavy equipment was used to crack a case in the Buckeye State.
Police in Akron, Ohio are cheering on employees at an auto wrecking shop who figured out a way to stop a repeat vandal.
Before he could get out, he's done it before. They got like the forklift and they had him, I'm not kidding, like 20 feet off the ground.
They held him in a minivan in midair until officers arrived.
Turn around, put your hands behind your back, all right?
Police body cam video captured the arrest.
So what do you got the saws off for? Comfort, to be honest, brother, not gonna lie.
26-year-old Alexander Funk was charged with criminal trespassing and possessing criminal tools. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
The Russian Olympic Committee has appealed to the Court of Arbitration for Sports against a suspension by the IOC for incorporating Ukrainian sports councils. The legal dispute should have no effect on Russian athletes competing at the Paris Olympics next year as individuals. Steve Kathan, CBS News.
Imperial Valley Business Resource Center is a one-stop shop for business development. We provide a complete roadmap to success for startups, entrepreneurs, and small to medium-sized businesses. Our in-house services include startup assistance, workforce development, manufacturing assistance, site selection, access to capital, accounting, cash flow management, permitting assistance, government contracting, international trade, incentive analysis, and more. Contact IVBRC today at 760-353-8332 or visit ivbrc.org to get started.
CBS News, a service of Imperial Valley Economic Development Corporation. It's all here.
And now, more of the best oldies on the radio.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for
Carroll Buckley.
Things he says and like you can connect to them.
AM 1230 KXO.